Please be seated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite Mr. Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional welcome to country. Mr. Tobin.
Thank you. Warami. Good morning, and welcome to the lands of the Wallumedegal. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I wish to thank the university for their acknowledgement of us and for the invitation to welcome you all here today. That acknowledgement is important for our people and much appreciated, particularly by our elders. My family descend from Yundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the Burrabrongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. As such, he enrolled his daughter, Maria, into the Native Institution, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie himself, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newfound skills to lobby and ultimately secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them, and it became known as the Blackstown, from which present-day Blacktown gets its name from. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here this morning. And why not? For your progress progresses us all. Your advancement is our advancement. Now that was perhaps better understood in more traditional times when camps were smaller and clans abided by strict sharing laws, which meant whatever food you brought back to the camp got distributed through the rest of us. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all, and your efforts literally nourished the whole community. You, in turn, of course, were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we do it properly. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly did in many respects, and I offer them often as a model or a benchmark on perhaps how good we should expect our lives today. It was a little over 200 years ago when Captain Cook arrived. He described the people he encountered at Botany Bay as the happiest people he'd ever met in the world. They had nothing, he wrote, but the tools that they carried. They made shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, harvested food from the earth without tilling it. In traditional times, everyone was accorded rights to the country or clan area where he or she was born into. So there was no homelessness, no rich or poor. Everyone had roughly the same amount of gear, what you could carry. There were no armies or jails or even police. No history of slavery or empire building. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, which were shared out then according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands were maintained in their natural state. Rivers were clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them as they have done here for the past 20,000 years. Now, this is not an ideal. This is normal life. And there's no reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. So I would say expect great things and do great things and share your gifts with the rest of us and we get this country back to the happy, just and healthy place it once was. We can do it, we're very clever people. We can all do our bit, now I'll do mine by getting off and letting you good people graduate. Congratulations on today for you and for the beautiful future ahead for all of us. Thank you. Welcome to country.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to introduce the Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Research, Macquarie University, Professor Jim Piper.
Distinguished guests and colleagues, parents, brothers, sisters, grandmothers and grandfathers, boyfriends, girlfriends, cousins, and most importantly, you, the graduates. It's an honour for me and also a pleasure on this beautiful autumn day to welcome you to the campus for this graduation ceremony. We celebrate the achievements of those of you who are about to graduate. You've worked hard and you have every right to feel proud of what you've accomplished. We at the University are just as proud of you as you are of yourself, so congratulations to each and every one of you. The ceremony we're about to participate in is one of the world's oldest social rituals, For centuries, graduates have been donning robes just like the ones our graduates are wearing today and participating in ceremonies just like this. Indeed, there are some 50 universities in the world that can trace their history back more than 500 years. Universities are amongst the oldest establishments in the world. Macquarie, by comparison, is relatively young, at only 48 years of age. But in those 48 years, we've come a long way. We now have more than 130,000 Macquarie graduates living in more than 120 countries around the world. We are constantly reviewing our programs to make sure they're the best education and professional training that can be provided for the modern world. We've forged strong alliances with the community, local bodies, and with industry, and are keen to establish more. We have boosted postgraduate research programs and invested in high-performing academic and teaching staff for the benefit of our students. Indeed, with Macquarie ranking in the top 4 Australian universities for the fraction of our research regarded as world-leading in the recent Excellence in Research for Australia assessments undertaken by the federal government, we are regarded as one of Australia's leading research universities. This is a reputation we're very keen to preserve through new areas of study and through building new state-of-the-art facilities. On your way here today, you may have seen our new Macquarie University Hospital, which is used by students and academics in our School of Advanced Medicine. This is the only hospital in Australia fully owned by its host university. You perhaps have seen our new library, which provides a 21st century learning and research environment, and which I suspect will become the envy of every university in the land. You may even see our new Australian Hearing Hub, which will be host to the world-leading Research and Teaching Institute in Hearing, Speech and Language Sciences, and this will be completed later this year. So things are changing, but some of the things we all value so much about Macquarie will not change. The friendliness of our staff and students that all of our visitors notice and comment on will continue. The beautiful park-like grounds that we have will make this campus, and continues to make it, so enjoyable. All of these things will stay in your memory and remind you of your links with Macquarie, links we hope you will maintain through our alumni network. Remember, you will always be welcome. We want Macquarie to be always a leader in teaching and learning and a leader in the accumulation of wisdom, knowledge and understanding. In other words, an ideal community of scholars. In just a few minutes, it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of that community of scholars we proudly call Macquarie University. Thank you.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I call on Ms Rawana Yasmin, who is graduating today in the Bachelor of Commerce, Professional Accounting, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Ms Yasmin.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, members of the University, distinguished guests and fellow graduates, good morning. I know all the graduating students, including me, are getting impatient to receive their well-earned degrees. I assure you that I'll keep my speech as precise as possible. However, there are some people who must thank today on this happy occasion. First of all, thank you for giving me the privilege to be the voice of the celebrating graduates in this joyful ceremony. I welcome you all and hope all my fellow students feel as proud as I do today to be part of this great ceremony. I came to Macquarie University to obtain a degree, a Bachelor of Commerce Professional Accounting degree. And after several years of hard work, I have finally fulfilled my long-cherished dream today. But now, when I look back to my journey, I realize that I have achieved far more than just a degree. I've been a student mentor, an active member of the student representative group, and an academically successful student, but above all, the relationship that I have established with my fellow students, my academics, and largely the university can never be forgotten. I always believe that no matter how big a tree grows, it should never forget its roots. Therefore, today, on behalf of my fellow graduates, I would like to thank all the friends, families, colleagues, and loved ones for being here with us during our tough times, and now for being here to celebrate our accomplishments. You are the people for whom we are what we are today. I personally would like to thank my family members who have supported me in Australia, and especially my mother, father, and brother who are here today in this auditorium without any insight that I would be making this speech today. So this will probably give them a pleasant surprise. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all the academic staff of Macquarie University on behalf of the graduates for their effort, commitment, and patience in teaching us. Their advice, guidance, and encouragement along the way have been invaluable and unparalleled. Today, we have all gathered here with our family and friends to celebrate the reward that came from our hard work and dedication. So well done, everyone. I would like to wish success to all my fellow graduates with their future endeavours. Congratulations and good luck on your life paths.
Well, thank you, Romana, for those reflections. She quite properly singled out her parents and supporters who have helped her through this degree process, and you'll all have the opportunity to contribute to that later in the ceremony. As Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Macquarie University, I especially look forward to presiding at these ceremonies, such as today's, and conferring degrees and diplomas on those who have complied with the university's requirements for such awards. I now call on Ms Deirdre Anderson, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Students and Registrar, to formally certify the eligibility of those who have met the requirements for these awards.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I certify that all the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of Academic Senate for the degrees and diplomas they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees or diplomas please stand?
Graduands, in the name of the Council and by my authority as Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees or diplomas for which you have qualified. Congratulations.
Will you please be seated? Deputy Vice-Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Arts and from the Faculty of Business and Economics. Students and staff from the Faculty of Arts work together within and across discipline boundaries to ask questions about socially complex problems, identify paths of research, analysis and communicate ideas in creative formats, and reflect on the skills and knowledge that they need to understand the world, past and present. The Faculty of Business and Economics is the largest faculty at Macquarie University and is one of the largest in Australia. A broad range of programs in some of the most exciting and topical areas of business and economics are offered, and they continue to be highly in demand both domestically and internationally. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I call on Associate Professor Antonina Harbus, the Head of the Department of English, to present the graduates of the Faculty of Arts. Professor Harbus.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Arts whom you have admitted to degrees. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Monica Delidovic for a thesis entitled Learning Kathak, Apprenticeship in the Guru Shishya Parampara. Michelle Mary Hamadash, for a thesis entitled Algeria in Language and Algiers. Vernon Peter Harper, for a thesis entitled Prophetism in America, the Culture of Prophecy and Inspiration in 4 19th Century Religious Movements. Kyle Alexander Harvey, for a thesis entitled Mixed Legacies, Contesting the Meanings of the 60s in the US Anti-Nuclear Movement, 1976 to 1987. Julia Elizabeth Miller, for a thesis entitled Soakers and Scorchers, A Cultural History of El Niño Southern Oscillation in New South Wales, 1890 to 1990. Ronica Kathleen Power, for a thesis entitled From the Cradle to the Grave, Child, Infant and Fetal Burials in the Egyptian Archaeological Record from the Early Dynastic Period to the Middle Kingdom, circa 3300 to 1650 BC. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts with the Bachelor of Laws with honours. Courtney Nicole Leach. Nicole Sarah Neufeld. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Accounting with the Bachelor of Laws with honours, Melinda Karunaratna. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Laws with honours, Hannah Helena Scrivener. I present the graduate admitted to the honours degree of Bachelor of Ancient History, Catherine Jane Finnis. I present the graduate admitted to the honours degree of Bachelor of Arts with First Class Honours, Megan Jane Wright. I present the graduate admitted to the honours degree of Bachelor of Social Science with First Class Honours, Penelope Kate Faulkner. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts with the Bachelor of Laws, Arash Mola. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Psychology with the Bachelor of Laws, Terry Katz. Alexander John Lamberton. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce with the Bachelor of Laws, Nancy Nanjing Yu. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Accounting with the Bachelor of Laws, Nathan James Caprara. Alan Attila Olcato. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science with the Bachelor of Laws, Rhys Patrick McWhirter. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Denise Abu Hamad. Sophie Benson. Emma Jacqueline Bradstock. Sonia Chiarelli. Hannah Beth Clapham. Lee Ann Dowland. Sean Zulkarnain Fitzjohn. Angus Owen Goodwin. Annika June Hyman. Nicole Catherine Lamplow. Carly Lestrange. Sandra Susana Oliveros Leon. Emily Pett. Isaac Peter Smith. Jacqueline Amanda Soers. Matthew Martin Wainscott. Michael Vincent Williams. Ashley Michael Wright. Natasha Zografakis. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Creative Arts. Catherine Louise Bell. Nilufar Kermani. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Creative Arts, International Studies. Olivia Jane Hutchison-Smith. Tulia Mortar. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of International Communication, Sarah Victoria Gilmore. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Laws, Megan Anthony. Eun-Lee Yong. Sung-Yong Kim. Anna Jane Mason. Timothy David Quinn. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Media, Stephen Kenneth Brown. Elizabeth Valerie Fennell. Brett Christopher Haynes. Paul Robert Spargo. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Social Science, Shannon Harley. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, that completes this morning's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Arts.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I now call on Professor Philomena Lung, Head of the Department of Accounting and Corporate Governance, to present the graduates from the Faculty of Business and Economics. Professor Lung.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Business and Economics whom you have admitted to degrees. I present the graduate admitted to the honours degree of Bachelor of Economics, Gavin Chi Long Chan. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Finance with the Bachelor of Commerce Accounting, Divya Kofadi. Dean Stephen Marcus. Cynthia Hai Ting Yu. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Finance with the Bachelor of Commerce Actuarial Studies, On Jing Zhang. Oliver Yuan Kayon Kim. I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Finance with the Bachelor of Economics, Masroor Alam Khan. I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration with the Bachelor of Arts, Alexander Paramoth. I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration with the Bachelor of Arts Psychology, Sonali Patrick. I present the graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration with the Bachelor of Commerce Accounting, Sam Barakat. Natasha Rikalowska. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Actuarial Studies, Langji Hu. Wei Shang Yang. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Finance, Ding Huai. Yu Fei Gi. Ao Shen. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Alka Labuka. Diala Faris Funis. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration, Kin Hang Choi. Jennifer Francis Gorin. Richard Chung Sing Ho. Hui Hoa Lam. Ka Ho Leung. Ling Liu. Chi An Nguyen. Sai Dong Fan. Sully Diana. Aditi Taranta Singh. Chi Chung Choi. Lindo Watt. I present a graduate admitted to a degree of Bachelor of Business Administration, International Studies, Saras Hamraj. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Mitchell Robert Anderson. Stephen Applebaum. Chantel Aaron. Emily Barry. Chintania Budidaja. Kayahan Chifik. Xu Yang Cheng. Thank you. Sheng Dong. Benjamin Fitzgerald. Kent Robert Goldingay. Lucy Eliza Goldsmith. Xiao Xiu Go. Jonathan James Francis Hepburn. Tek Chen Hong. Hoi Ting Ip. Xi Jin. Gina Kim. Hui Vi Lee. Hoan Lee. Rachel Catherine Mahu. Ting Him Ng. Rupert William Poe. Dai Song. Sung Xiao Sen. Hao Xi Sheng. Namitten Tectus. Zhang Yu Zhang. Patty Pui Yi Te. Ting Fui Wong. Lai Sing. Yan Yan Zhu. Shen Xin Yang. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Actuarial Studies, Hoi Yang Choi. Naru Sarafinis Binti Ramli. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Marketing, Hei Man Chan. Scott Michael Davis. Zoe Gang. Harry Hermanto. Angela Hong. Yi Li. Llewellyn Richards. David Robertson. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Professional Accounting, Syed Al-Syed. Yan Chen. Yu Chen. Li Zhang. Marta Sania. Chuan San Diep. Sen Wei Ding. Tian Tiandu. Shady Akasha. Lachlan Charles Folsom. Si Yi Fan. Zhang Jigu. Zhang Hongguo. Zhang Jihe. Ya Xinhe. Su Minghuang. Hao Hu. Mandy Hu. Xi Ying Huang. Ji Wang, Mandy G, Men Yan Zhang, Nan Zhan, Jun Suk Jung, Rose Kumar, Ki Mei Lam, Natasha Ying Jing Lee, Wing Hong Leung, Yi Shang Leung, Xiao Na Li, Xu Mo Li, Jilin, Ying Lin, Chuan Mao, Rufin Masad, Atrao Mei, Chuan Mile, Thomas Yuan, Seong-gi Park, Sun-gu Park, Frank President Paris, Sai Hong Ying Feng, Sha Wei Kui, Rosario Lido, Muhammad Rocco Nujaman. Ginny Suk. Dang Tang. Chao Ying Wang. Feng Shi Wang. Ming Hui Wang. Chuan Wang. Yu Chuan Wang. Pentagon Wissasen. Yijia Wu. Guo Ling Su. Liu Yang. Yonglin Yang. Rumana Yasmin. Chei Kwan Yu. Xuan Zhuang. Wendy Shao. Yan Ting Shao. Yi Mei Shu. I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Economics, Yu Ping Zhou. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Human Resource Management, Shasha Rachel Bastani. Tanya Therese Eza. Amanda Jane Susanto. Alan Wing Long Tang. I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of International Business, Guzai Shuka. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, that completes this morning's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Business and Economics. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've attended many graduations where Angela has sung for us, and it never fails to be a memorable and uplifting event as part of our graduations. Will you please join with me again in expressing our appreciation to Angela Brewer for that wonderful recognition. Equally, I'd like you to join me in thanking our musicians, organist Dr. James Forsyth and trumpeter Melanie McLaughlin. And I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank the representatives of our alumni community who have come to help us in supporting the graduation to help you celebrate this occasion. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker, Major Topher Holland. Major Holland is a Salvation Army officer with over 25 years' service. He has had various leadership roles and responsibilities, from frontline ministries to management and training responsibilities, and overseeing the youth work of the Salvation Army in Queensland and the Sydney City region. Major Holland has led and coordinated teams in disaster relief and human social responses such as prison strikes, the Thredbo landslide disaster, the Sydney storms, the New Zealand earthquake, and tropical cyclone Yazi. It's particularly appropriate that we have Major Holland with us at a time when the university is expanding its service activities with all our graduates working for the community. Ladies and gentlemen, Major Topher Holland.
Good morning, Deputy Vice-Chancellor Professor Piper, Deputy Vice-Chancellor Deidre Anderson, members of the faculty, staff, distinguished guests, graduates, family and friends. You all look magnificent today. You look so young compared to all of us up here. Or most of us up here. Yeah, sorry. I want to congratulate you today. You have done wonderful achievements in the time you have been here at the university. All your study and work is, over the years has come to fruition today and has culminated in your awards. You can be justifiably proud of your every effort in your goal to complete a degree, but you will walk away with so much more. You are leaving us today to develop your career, your passions, your interests, your causes, your enthusiasm, and you will be developing your life in a world where nothing looks stable, where uncertainty and change define our experience much more than does tradition and continuity. I would like to offer anyone today what I have in my hand, the $20. So any of the students that, you know, you've worked really hard and you've spent all your money, you've worked hard, but you would like $20 today. If you'd like to raise your hand, anyone that would like this $20, it's yours. So if you'd like that, you can actually start your way up here and you can actually gather it if you want to. I'll just do a bit of work to it and do a few things. And anyone would still like the $20? You'd like to raise your hand and come and grab it? Come and grab it, it's all yours. Okay, you'll be the first. There you go. Fantastic. It's very cold up here. I may look nervous, but it's actually my cold hands. The value of the $20 remains the same no matter what it looks like on the outside. No matter how scarred or bruised or beaten, the value is still the same. And that is what we call integrity. It's about holding on to your values. Becoming a person of integrity, which means deciding to integrate your heart's values into your daily behaviours or actions. I looked at a lot of definitions of integrity, and I believe the truth of the meaning is about who you are when no one else is looking. Choose freedom in living in the liberty of who you are. And as we each decide to be people of integrity, we must understand our value, who we are, to determine if it is worth the price that we must pay. In a society today without moral absolutes, anything goes. When people can choose what is right and wrong without having a standard, how do you decide which way to go? Eventually you will get caught in your duplicity. It will come back to bite you, and if you live in integrity, then your decisions are easier to make. Your integrity will guide you. The values you hold will be actioned. Martin Luther King Jr. says this: "The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. The story is told of a beggar by the roadside who asked alms from Alexander the Great as he passed him by. The man was poor and he was wretched. He had no claim upon the ruler Alexander, no right to even lift his hands to ask for help. Yet the emperor gave him several gold coins. The courtier that was with him was astonished at his generosity, and he commented, "Sir, copper coins would have adequately met the beggar's need. Why give him gold?" Alexander responded, "Copper coins would suit the beggar's need, but gold coins suit Alexander's character and giving." See, very few people these days have the great added to their names. And when we think of Alexander the Great, most people think of someone like me, a historic figure who has young and eccentric before, with brilliant military strategist attitudes, with blonde hair, bulging muscles, and looks like a movie star. I stand before you today. However, one of the secrets of all greatness is revealed through generosity. The generosity of who you are and the way that you give of yourself. Why would Alexander give gold coins instead of copper? Was he trying to prove that he was a man? Was his ego that motivated and that was his extravagant response to the beggar? Did Alexander the Great need to prove anything? The answer is a resounding no. But his way of thinking challenges the thinking of not just the courtier, but everyone who had the privilege of being in his greatness. He was someone who didn't just subdue kingdoms with the superior military strategies, but he conquered mediocrity through his integrity of character. One of my favourite leadership books is a book by Jack Welch, the CEO of General Electric. It's a book called Winning. There are sentences in this book that are head and shoulders beyond in terms of leadership understanding. There are paragraphs in this book that are so far ahead where I've seen many leaders be that I hope in my time that we can actually catch up to that. This is a phenomenal book. If you get the chance, read the book. If you read it with discernment and look at what parts can be applied to your career or to yourself, there's a little fascinating sideline about this book. About 15 years into his celebrated career, Jack Welch came to understand something and a light came on in his mind. He says, "The future of our company is not going to be realised by just making better products. We need better people." So he started taking increases amounts of his time figuring out how he could upgrade the time and the talent of the General Electric company. So he put all kinds of systems in place. He put Octane into the Human Relations Department. He got more and more involved in the General Electric Training Centre to the point that near the end of his career, he was spending 30 to 40% of his time trying to develop and improve and mentor people because he realised that people were going to be the key to the ongoing greatness of the General Electric company. Isn't it funny that one of our top, smartest corporate leaders of our world today, 15 years it took him to figure out the importance of people and development? It's about each one of us finding out who we really are, living in that place, using and leveraging our skills and our strengths and making a difference in our world. I encourage you to discover your strengths and how you can make a contribution around those strengths while managing your weaknesses. I wonder which you think will help you be most successful in life, depending on what you define as success. Building on your strengths or on your weaknesses. You have both. You can't ignore one or the other, but if you had to come down on one side or the other, which side would you come down on? Your strengths or your weaknesses? Gallup polled people in the US, in Australia, United Kingdom, Canada, France, China, and Japan. In regard to that question, what would help you be most successful in your life? building on your strengths or your weaknesses. The results showed that an average of only 34% of people believed in identifying their strengths, building on those strengths, and contributing out of those strengths to community. If you wanted to change the world, really change the world so that it was strengths-based rather than remedial or weakness-based, it actually starts with you. Discover your strengths and how you can make a contribution around those strengths to make a difference in our world. You know, we put a great amount of value on reputation, but there is a vast difference between character and reputation. Reputation is about what you're supposed to be. Character is who you are. Reputation is what you have when you come to a new community. Character is what you have when you leave that community. Reputation is made in a moment. Character is built in a lifetime. Reputation grows like a mushroom. Character grows like an oak tree. Your character will impact generations to come. I hope that you have learned a great deal simply by being part of the Macquarie community and have enjoyed the beauty of the diversity of such community. I'm sure that you will take away the memory that is possible for an incredibly culturally diverse group of people to discover a great sense of belonging, acceptance and community. Not because everyone has the same values or the same ideals or ideas, but because at university you are devoted to creating and developing open minds, encouraging non-conformity, developing your freedom of speech, rational argument and evidence. We in our society, each one of us here today, need you as we grapple with the large and complex challenges that we face in a world that is full of change and uncertainty. As you navigate your way from the world of academia into the world of work, where you can be assured that the Macquarie University has equipped you with the tools and the knowledge that you need to embark on your career path. Your family and friends will be there, as they are proudly with you here today, to share their love and their support for who you are. There are magnificent opportunities for each one of you, and I encourage you to make the most of them. In conclusion today, I encourage you to embrace lifelong learning, undertake further study in some form or other, conquer mediocrity through your integrity of character, discover your strengths and how you can make a contribution around those strengths to make a magnificent difference in our world today. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Well, thank you very much, Major Holland, and we'll take up some of those issues of your integrity and your responsibility in a moment. It's wonderful that Major Holland could come with us. He has to leave this afternoon. He's a man of many parts to referee a Major League football match. So if you see him dashing off in a different outfit, that'll be it. He also told me he's waiting for a new pair of specs, so I think that refrain, "wear your specs, ref," is probably going to get a run this afternoon. He also, I thought, started very well because he had a bit of ancient history for our arts community and a few gold coins for business. Though it was interesting that it was the arts person who took the money. And I'll leave you all to ponder the deep meaning of that. Will you please join with me again in thanking Major Topher Holland for giving us time. Well, graduate, this ceremony marks a change in your relationship with Macquarie University, but it's certainly not the end of your association with us. For the rest of your lives, you're a part of the larger Macquarie family, that is our alumni body, part of a network of more than 130,000 Macquarie graduates spanning the globe. We will, of course, keep in touch with you through our Alumni Relations Office and hope you will come back here to attend alumni functions, undertake more study, or simply to visit our beautiful campus and meet your friends. Graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges, but like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. I urge you to commit yourselves to a program of lifelong learning and inquiry, to set ambitious goals for yourselves and continue the hard work that has already brought you so far. I challenge you to continue to exercise sound judgment and initiative, and to always be generous in offering practical advice and wisdom to those you meet on life's journey. My hope is that, as graduates of Macquarie University, you will use what you have learned here not only for your own benefit, but also for the betterment of the community. And in all you do, I charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. I hope also you will always remember the people who have helped you along the way, many of whom are here to celebrate with you today. So to acknowledge their contribution and thank them for it, I'm going to ask you to do a few things. First of all, I'd like all of our new graduates to please stand. You can put your testaments on the seat behind you. And can you turn and face your family and friends? And now I invite you to give them a mighty round of applause for their help and support. Thank you. And can you now turn around, but don't sit down yet? You will have noticed that many graduates, as they walk across the stage, acknowledge one or other members of our academic staff here. And many of them, in particular some of our more senior graduates, have had wonderful help from individuals. So on the dais here are representatives of our academic staff and indeed of our support staff who have helped you throughout your journey. So please join me in thanking them for their help to you. Now, the official party will soon leave the courtyard, followed by the graduates. Guests, if you would please stand and remain standing until the last of the graduates have progressed out, and please join us at the University Court for light refreshments. Will our guests please stand? Now, to conclude, I'd like to recite the words of an old Irish blessing that are particularly appropriate here today. Graduates, may the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hands. Thank you.